Stand by for action. It's that time of year once again. Santa's been. We've all had mince pies to eat. Now let's have a look at our top 10 action figures of 2023 as a nice treat. So welcome back to Tac Tac Toys with Film. This video is not for kids. It's soon to be Tac Tac Toys in 2024. Now in 2023, my top figure was Marvel Legends Spiral. Obviously she comes from a world where TV is sort of paramount, which is kind of fitting for a YouTube channel that focuses on 1/12 scale movie-based action figures. But that's all in the past. Let's move on to 2024. So first off, let's have a look at some honourable mentions. Now, don't throw tomatoes at the screen if you don't like these. These were in the thumbnail, of course. We've got Masterverse Beastman, Masterverse Manny Faces, Eric Marston Thor from Marvel Legends. I've got Universal Monsters TMNT Leonardo, Cosmic Legions Vorga, Marvel Legends Blade, WWE SummerSlam Hulk Hogan, and then G.I. Joe Classified Firefly, Bazooka, and Barbecue, Marauders Barbecue. I did have plenty more, like Amazing Yamaguchi Reveltech Spider-Man 2.0, loads of G.I. Joes, classified figures like Shipwreck and Torpedo, these Steel Trooper 2-pack and Snow Job that were all kind of could have easily been on my list. And I wanted to pick some figures that I bought this year that weren't G.I. Joe Classified, because I did buy a lot of G.I. Joe Classified, as you're going to see on this list. It was the main line I collected this year. My budget was a bit tighter than other years, being unemployed and stuff, so I had to spend a bit more wisely. So I focused mainly on G.I. Joe Classified, but let's get into it. So that's my honourable mentions. They were all great figures. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to smash the like button. And feel free to comment and subscribe. And at number 10, starting off with number 10, on the top 10 list, let's kick it off. Very new to the channel, I only uploaded this video a day or two ago. We've got Action Force, Valorverse Action Force Warpath Eclipse. Now she's a really great figure. She started off as a convention exclusive, then Bobby Valor made her available on the website. I got her recently. She's excellent, really good. If you check out my review on my channel, really good. Yeah, her joints are a bit stiff. That's the only thing I'd say. It's a little bit of a downside, and maybe that's why she's number 10 on the list, because out of the packaging her joints were a little stiff and I did have to heat her up a little bit. But a really solid figure, a really solid release, a really nice representation of a Native American character, or a character of mixed heritage, as her file card reads. And Action Force is going from strength to strength. It's just a shame that they're not very easy to get in the UK at the minute, and hopefully that'll get sorted out in 2024. But I love the colour scheme. I'm really attracted to the face paint on this figure. Obviously we get a few different head sculpts. We get a screaming head, we get this sort of more stoic looking head, and then we get a kind of bandaged head, which is sort of, or covered head, which is, you know, I believe sort of a tribute to Native American culture as far as I'm aware. But if you did obviously buy more than one, you can use the sort of mast head to army build these. But she's an excellent release. So yeah, I mean, I really like her. She comes stacked with accessories. Obviously comes with ammo clips, loads of spare hands like Bobby Valor's Valorverse Action Force is known for, a few sort of axe weapons, handgun. And I'm really glad she's no longer an exclusive and that she was easy to get. So this is my number 10. Yeah, this is my number 10. And to be honest with my list, I kept going through them. You know, so many of them could have changed places. She could have easily been higher on the list. It's just that there's so many good figures this year, and from what I was collecting. And I got her fairly recently, so I didn't want to be too biased, you know, to a brand new figure. But as I say, go and check out my review of her on my channel. This is her alongside Marvel Legends Blade. I'll put a link to the video in the comments below. So that's my number 10, Valorverse Action Force Warpath Eclipse. Let's move up to number 9. So here we go, moving up the list now, number 9. And this is a G.I. Joe Classified figure. You are going to find quite a few G.I. Joe Classified figures on this list because it was the main collection I bought this year. It's Scrap Iron. Okay, why is he number 9? Well, he was surprisingly fun out of package. He comes stacked with accessories. Obviously, he's got his sort of missile launcher. He's got the control in his hands there. You know, he fires off missiles. He's got blast effects that come with the actual missile launcher. Just a really fun figure. When I got this figure, Initially, I couldn't put him down. I play with him so every so often when he's fighting my Joes. If you take the helmet off, he's got a really nice sort of scarred face where he's obviously gotten a bit too close to his weaponry. Obviously comes with handguns, removable handgun. For me, I guess why he's number 9 and not higher is because I don't have any nostalgic attachment to the character. He wasn't a G.I. Joe or an Action Force character. Of course, G.I. Joe was called Action Force in the UK in the 1980s. He wasn't a G.I. Joe or Action Force character that I had growing up. I didn't really know too much about him. Obviously, I know sort of seeing him, he drives the... there's a scene at the beginning of the TV series where he drives the kind of Cobra equivalent of the Vamp. Yeah, so I mean, we're going to be getting that in theory and classified at some point, but he's a really nice looking figure, excuse me. He's a really nice looking figure. He, you know, he's got a great colour scheme. He sits on my shelves with all my Vipers, my G.I. Joe classified Vipers. So yeah, he was really fun out of the package. I'm just going to have a quick drink of water, just bear with me, sorry. Just got something caught in my throat. Excuse me 1 second. Yeah, that's better. He was really fun out of the package, really a decent release. Came with chock full of accessories. I couldn't put him down, you know, and he came in a great wave of figures as well. Shipwreck, Torpedo, they're both honourable mentions on my list. He came in that wave, and maybe a few others you might even see later on the list. So let's move up to number 8. So we're going from obviously, yeah, number 9 there to number 8. And number 8 on my list, let's have a look at who it is. It's Jodie Shooter Craig. So she's a Night Force character. Of course, she was available here in the UK. Well, supposed to be only on Hasbro Pulse. I got my copy from Kapow Toys on import. So why is Jodie Shooter Craig number 8 on my list? Well, I really love the head sculpt. I think she's really beautiful looking. You know, she comes with a gas mask, comes with an alternate sort of hair piece, so you can have 2 different hair designs. Apparently, the character is named after Jim Shooter at Marvel, who was an editor-in-chief in Marvel, I believe in the 80s. But yeah, she comes stacked with accessories, you know, removable knife, removable sort of ammo for her sort of long-range rifle. Like all G.I. Joe classified figures, you know, she's got sort of like a removable handgun on the side. If you're building the Night Force team, obviously Big Ben being the other one, and Wolf Spider being the other sort of releases so far that we've got, I believe. And then of course with the Dragonfly, I think we're going to get a Night Force Airborne. Then, you know, she's a great solid addition to your sort of Night Force team. She came in a wave that included the Mole Rats and I believe the Crimson Alley Vipers. And the sort of storyline behind that wave was that the Mole Rats had kind of gone AOL in Cobra and they turned into zombies. The Crimson Alley Vipers have been sent in to kind of where they found Dark Energon, where the Mole Rats have found Dark Energon, been sent in to neutralise them. That was kind of failing, and Shooter was kind of the backup of Big Ben. Actually, Big Ben had been sent in to deal with the Mole Rats and the Alley Vipers, and she's kind of his backup. So that's what that's what Lenny from the G.I. Joe team kind of mentioned as being the lore behind that wave of action figure of G.I. Joe classified. But she's a lovely release. She's a great female in the line. She's probably one of the best females we've had in the line. We've had some great females recently. So my number 8 is G.I. Joe classified Jodie Shooter Craig. Let's move to number 7. So moving from number 8 to number 7, we've got G.I. Joe classified Rock and Roll. I think his name's Craig McCormick, Rock and Roll. Now, why is Rock and Roll number 7? Well, he's a fantastic figure, to be honest with you. I actually bought 2 and customized them into my own original character Joes. He's so good. Here he is, as you can see, doing the Rock and Roll symbol. I don't know why the face sculpt reminds me of Prince Harry, just known as Harry now. It's a bit strange without a helmet on. I don't know why, it just does. I love the sort of, the look. He does, the sort of OG 1980s version does look a little bit different. It's all in green, but this figure's a solid release. Really, really good in hand. Really shows you what Classified is capable of when they put their minds to it. Comes with spare hands, like alternate set of hands. Obviously all sort of additional kind of knives, weapons, all that kind of thing you can expect. Removable helmet, removable handgun on the thigh, an ammo holster that goes into the side of the big gun, a sort of, you know, chain of bullets or row of bullets that fits into the side of the gun. I had to glue mine on because it was a little bit kind of fiddly, but that's no big issue. So again, he's just a bit lower on the list at number sort of 7 because yeah, I don't really have any nostalgic attachment to the character originally. So, you know, some of the other characters I've got that I've kind of had this nostalgic attachment to. But at number 7, yeah. So at number 7, that's why he's number 7. He's a great figure, don't get me wrong. I just don't have much nostalgic attachment to rock and roll in particular compared to some of the others, which actually didn't even make the list, which was Shipwreck, for example. I've got lots of nostalgic attachment to him. And again, when I was making this list, I was thinking, could I sort of swap some of these round because of how many good classified releases we've had this year. Again, I'm trying, you know, I thought I had to make this list predominantly classified because that is the main line I bought this year. Obviously, I bought some Action Force as well. But let's go to number 6, right? And a bit of a change of pace here at number 6. So it's Jada Toys at number 6. And we've got Jada Toys Street Fighter 2 Fei Long. Now, why is Fei Long on here compared to, say, Ryu or Chun-Li? Well, Chun-Li isn't on here because I don't have Chun-Li. But from seeing the reviews, she'd easily be probably my number 6 because she's supposed to be the best out of the 3. Obviously, there's the evil Ryu. I don't have him either. But and maybe he's the best. Maybe it's a toss-up between Chun-Li or evil Ryu. I have got Chun-Li on pre-order with Star Action figures. I've just they ship them all together, and I've ordered her with M. Bison, Ken, and Dalsim, so probably be a while before I get her, but I know it'd be worth the wait. But yeah, why have I picked Fei Long instead of Ryu? Well, I kind of think out the 2 releases, Fei Long's a bit more fun than the regular Ryu. Regular Ryu is a fantastic figure. I mean, Jada Toys, all their Street Fighter figures and their Mega Man figures, which I believe are hitting now at the time of this video, are all absolutely excellent. I mean, they're going to be a toy company to watch in 2024. They already made a great name for themselves in 2023. When they revealed the Street Fighter line, I believe it was back at SDCC, I was really intrigued because obviously we've had Street Fighter figures like Storm Collectibles and SH Figure Arts, but the sort of, you know, the thing with G.I. Joe, so thing with Street Fighter action figures is they never seem to be completed. It's the same as Thundercats before. It was 2 lines. There's a few lines out there that never seem to get completed, and Street Fighter was one of them. We never got the full 16 roster, but it looks like Jada Toys are going to break that habit that's been holding Street Fighter 2 figures back. It looks like we're going to get the full roster. They've obviously shown off others like Guile, DJ, Cammy. So we've got a Sagat, Vega. We've got some excellent ones to look forward to. But yeah, my number 6 is Street Fighter 2 Fei Long from Jada Toys. He poses excellently, excellent accessories, all for a really reasonable price point of £25. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to smash the like button. Feel free to comment and subscribe. Let's get into the top 5 now. So, okay, we're moving on to number 5. And we're back to G.I. Joe Classified with number 5. And let's have a look. In this case, it's Chuckles. G.I. Joe Classified Chuckles. Now, a little story for you. I wasn't initially going to pick this character up. I went to MCM London, and shout out to Craig's Nostalgic Collection. Look at that face sculpt, by the way. Shout out to Craig's Nostalgic Collection. He sort of said to me when we were there, oh, you should really pick it up. He looks really good. So I bit the bullet, picked it up, and I'm so glad I did, from In Demand Toys. Chock full of accessories. Yes, he is a bit more expensive because he's an exclusive, but he's got some great accessories. I've put the battle damaged head on and the sort of glasses. I've put a little bit of blue tack behind the glasses just to secure them in place. Yeah, I mean, are there things that could be better? Sure, the glasses could probably fit a bit better. I like the way the glasses don't fit on this head sculpt because it adds to the charm of him being beaten up, but and battle damaged. But you know, the glasses could fit a bit better on the regular face. The Sound Blaster accessory, so spoiler alert, there's kind of a Transformers themed accessory which fits into his back. It falls off a lot when I put him on the shelf. Where it's positioned is where I hold him, okay, where my thumb and finger hold him, and it falls off a lot. So could it be better? Yes. That's probably why he's number 5. And maybe not higher on the list, but he comes with loads of accessories. I've actually added an accessory here. If you look at his sort of silencer, the gun that's a silencer, that is a Valorous Action Force accessory I've added to him. Came with the Delta Trooper, I believe, as an add-on packed in with the Delta Trooper. But yeah, I mean, it's a really fun figure. You know, 2 head sculpts. He comes with knuckle dusters. He comes with that briefcase, which is meant to have the sort of plans that he's stealing from the Crimson Cobra, you know, alliance. Yeah, like I say, two different head sculpts. Yeah, he's a really cool looking figure. He's got that sort of Miami Vice, Magnum PI kind of feel about him. You know, 80s Miami Vice, Magnum PI kind of fun feel about him. And he's a really fun release. So that's my number 5. Let's move on to number 4 then. So we're moving up the order now. So we're getting into, yeah, you know, the heart of what I feel like the best figures from what I've been collecting this year. And number 4, we got Agent Helix. Okay, so why is Agent Helix number 4? Well, she's just a damn good figure. That's what it is. Like, I didn't know too much about her. I was aware she was from the IDW comics line of G.I. Joe. I believe she's in a video game as well. She's not obviously that well known a character compared to more of the classic ones or the OG ones, but I really like that we're getting these kind of characters. You know, we've had Kamakura as well. He's from the comics. It's really great. We're getting some more of the kind of expanded universe, shall we say, characters. So Agent Helix is basically a former FBI agent who was kind of recruited by G.I. Joe. Yeah, that's kind of her story. She's got like these big sort of crab-like Wolverine-style claws that are detachable. That's really cool. I mean, you can put them on different figures if you want. She comes with 2 swords, 2 handguns. Yeah, she's not pinless. Okay, she's not pinless, but, you know, I mean, I don't mind that. I'm willing to overlook that. Obviously, so much of the line now is pinless, so maybe, you know, that might be a slight downside, but she looks good. You know, she's got a great sort of face sculpt. I mean, CoverGirl was one of the ones that kind of had quite a disappointing face sculpt this year, and that's meant to be a former model, but, you know, she looks really good. Shooter's obviously quite beautiful as well. In terms of, so that, you know, the likenesses are looking prettier and prettier on the females for Hasbro's G.I. Joe Classified team. But yeah, she's kind of my number 4, and I really like the fact she's an expanded universe character in theory, you know, or maybe not one of the more well-known ones. What sold it to me initially picking her up was seeing the promo shots Hasbro did, the Hasbro G.I. Joe team did, where she was in different kind of dynamic poses. I have got a review for her on my channel. I'll put a link to the video in the comments below. I picked mine up from Whole Shebang. I believe she's probably still in stock there, but yeah, you can check out the video if you want to see her in more detail on my channel. And that's my number 4, Agent Helix. So let's move into number 3. Okay, so we're getting into the big guns now. So my number 3 is G.I. Joe Classified Night Force Agent Pathvarma. Sorry, Pathvarma, aka Wolf Spider. So he's an original character. I really liked the look of him. I thought he looks really cool. He's a lot of reuse, so it's kind of, I believe, Kamakura's head on Scrap Iron's body. You know, there's parts of Scrap Iron's body, like the vest is Scrap Iron. He would have got higher, I guess, if he wasn't just a lot of reuse. I mean, G.I. Joe Classified does do a lot of clever reuse, but maybe that's what's holding him back for me a little bit. To be honest, I was sort of flirting with the idea of making him number 2. He was either going to be my number 2, my number 3, or my number 2. He could easily be my number 2, like a joint number 2. I really love the design on this figure. We may get a regular Wolf Spider in the line. We may not. I don't know, because it's an original character. It'd be nice if we did. It'd be nice if we did. So it'd give people who, say, are in the US and maybe collecting, because he's a Walmart exclusive. So if you weren't able to pick him up from Walmart in the US, then it'd be really nice to get an opportunity to get a regular sort of Pathvarma Wolf Spider. Here in the UK, he was available on Hasbro Pulse. I picked my one up from Hasbro Pulse. You never know, he may appear on Kapow Toys. They do tend to get some of the sort of Walmart exclusives as well, like Hasbro Pulse. Obviously, G.I. Joe Classified in the UK is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive line, but the UK independents do import them. So, yeah, I mean, you never know. He might be one that you'll be able to pick up again. I believe he's sold out at the minute. He did come with a kind of alternate face sculpt that you can swap out if you wanted to army build him. I'm sure I've put him in a few videos where I've done comparisons, but if I haven't, he's a really excellent figure, and you know, he could have easily been my number 2, and I really like him. So that is G.I. Joe Classified Pathvarma Wolf Spider as my number 3. So let's find out what my number 2 is. Here we go. So moving on to number 2 on my top action figures of 2023, and it's G.I. Joe Classified Grunt. Now, why is it G.I. Joe Classified Grunt? Well, basically, I was desperate for a G.I. Joe army builder when, we've got so many Cobra army builders. I wanted to even the odds in my armies with a G.I. Joe one. I mean, technically, is Grunt an army builder? I'll leave that for you to decide. There is a video on my channel about Grunt. You can look at him in more detail. But yeah, I've been clamoring for this figure ever since the pre-order went up, which I believe was in the summer. Probably it was around June. It might have been G.I. Joe June, Yojo June. But whenever it went up, I couldn't wait to get this figure. I ordered about 23 or 24 of him. So in my lore, they're clones. That's why they've all got the same name, you know, on their sort of vests, which David Grunt Graves, I believe. Yeah, David Grunt Graves. Anyway, yeah, so here's the middle one is obviously the original guy, Grunt. The two flanking him are kind of his clones in my lore. You know, that's why they've got the sort of steel core style helmets. But yeah, I army built them, like I said. I'm looking forward to getting more army builders. I'm going to try and army build the 60th soldier, and maybe a few of the Navy SEAL divers from the anniversary line, and the steel core troopers. I've army built a few of those, but looking to army build more. But for me, what's key here, what makes this figure work so well, is the simplicity, right? So, you know, he's very simple. He's just got two rifles, obviously the sort of standard, I guess you'd call it AK-47. I'm not really a guns guy. And then the sort of more laser type rifle from the cartoon. He's got a swappable head, which is obviously the steel core helmet or the Grunt faceplate, and he's just simple, right? Like, he comes with a handgun, he comes with a knife, but he comes with a sort of fold down vest piece to talk, you know, for battlefield updates. But simplicity is his charm. I think that's what really works with this army builder. Of course, he did go on sale in the US, so people probably army built him quite a lot. But that's my number two. He's the pre-order I've been looking forward to the most since it went up. And again, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to smash the like button. Feel free to comment and subscribe. And just before we go to number one, let's have a look at my toy of the year. And it's the G.I. Joe classified HasLab HISS tank. Now, another honourable mention in terms of vehicles was the McFarlane 89 style Batmobile. That was great. It's great to have a affordable Batmobile in that scale, in 1/10 scale. It did sell out really quickly, but for me, this is the best vehicle and arguably the best toy of the year. I felt it would be unfair to put the HISS tank in a top 10 with action figures, because it just would blow them out of the water. This would be number one easily, and that's not really fair. It's not a fair comparison. So yeah, this is my number one toy of the year. It's, you know, outshadows everything. I've played with it a little bit since I've had it here and there. It's been in a few battles against my Joes, Aiden's side of Cobra, but it's got everything. It's got removable missiles, you know, it's got like open canopies, you can see engine compartments, it's got light up features. I haven't even used those yet. It comes with 3 figures, you know, well, 4 technically if you include the Mickey Mouse Cobra Commander, but I've got the driver in the front there, the Cobra Gunner, and the HISS Tactician. Now, I made a little joke. I was filming it in my bedroom on my bed when I was doing the video. I made a little joke about that's where all the action happens, on my bed. Meaning to, I should have said Valkyries in it, because I was trying to talk about inviting female Cobra troopers back. Anyway, that's a story for another day. It doesn't get much action in my bedroom, but there we go. But yeah, and the only kind of action I get in my bedroom is action force action and action figure action. Anyway, on that on that note, let's talk a bit more about the HISS tanks. So, a really great solid release. You know, yes, it's kind of more of a high-end item. It's $299 or pounds, but it's worth it. It's definitely worth it on this release. And obviously, we're getting plenty more 6-inch scale vehicles in 2024. So there's loads to look forward to. I'm looking forward to the Vamp. Hopefully, we get the Vanguard from Action Force in the UK here some way. Let's move on to number one. So here we go. This, for me, was the ultimate figure of 2020-23. And like I say, so many of these figures on the list could have been anywhere, you know, on the list, but one was head and shoulders above the rest, and that is the Mezco 112 G.I. Joe Roadblock. Okay, so why is he number one? Well, he comes stacked with accessories. He's got a few different head sculpts. He's full of personality and character, and he's a leaps and bounds better than the Mezco 112 G.I. Joe Destro, which was a pretty decent figure, but this really shows what Mezco 112 can do if, you know, they put their full effort into it. I mean, you can get a few different looks with him. You can get an unhelmeted look, a helmeted look. You can get different expressions. Obviously, the sort of gun that's kind of on a stand there, tripod, he can hold that like a sort of mini gun. He's got a backpack. Now, unfortunately, I did break my backpack a little bit when I was trying to open it, but he's got a backpack that can store the ammo. it's just a quality release. And to be honest with you, if Mezco 112 and make more G.I. Joe figures like this, it's going to be exciting times for G.I. Joe collectors. Don't get me wrong, classified figures are absolutely fantastic. They're great. They're some of the best Hasbro figures, you know, that we can get. You know, there's more of a budget on them because it's it's Hasbro's own property. But obviously with Mezco 112 you're paying for a little bit more, and you do really get it with these Mezco releases. Are there going to be army builders in the Mezco 112 line? It's probably doubtful, I mean, just because of the price. But if we get the core characters, obviously we next got Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes at some point, then Firefly, and then Duke, and they all look amazing as well. I mean, some of the ones I'd love to see would be Zartan, Bazooka. Tom Mini Plastic Multiverse mentioned Bazooka. Yeah, I mean, there's so many choices that they could do. I think a Mezco 112 Zartan for me would be amazing, with a few different face sculpts, you know, the disguises and stuff would be fantastic. But yeah, this is my #1 figure of the year. He was so fun to play with. I couldn't put him down. He comes with grenades, comes with all sorts of accessories. I still play with him loads now. I love the expressive faces. He really adds character. So this is, for me, leaps and bounds above all the other figures I bought in 2023. So that is my list of top 10 figures on Tac Tac Toys. Better get used to saying that rather than Tac Tac Toys with Film. And for great places to pre-order action figures in 2024, check out Blue Owl Collectibles, a brand new website launching in January 2024, fingers crossed. You can check out, of course, Comics and Cocktails. A lot of the figures I've mentioned on this list are available on Comics and Cocktails. Feel free to check out Invincible Toys and their futuristic combat soldiers on Big Bad Toy Store. Again, that's a line that should be launching in 2024. I mentioned Valorverse Action Force with Warpath Eclipse earlier, and you can check out valorverse.com for your Action Force needs. Feel free to check out the whole shebang. That's where I picked up Agent Helix and a few others. You can, of course, check out Star Action Figures. Feel free to check out Kapow Toys. I think I might have picked up my my #1 from Kapow Toys, Mezco 112 Roadblock. You can, of course, check out Gobsmack Comics. Feel free to check out Props and Replicas, and in fact that's where I bought the large majority of my grunts, my G.I. Joe classified grunts. You can check out all the cool stuff, and of course feel free to check out In Demand Toys, and links for all these UK independent retailers and valorverse.com, and of course Invisible Toys are in the comments below. And just taking a look at some past customs I did. These are long gone now from my collection, but this was kind of Gaucho and a few Action Force style characters. And for all the latest film and TV reviews, check out filmandtvreview.com. There's going to be an Action Force movie, a Valorverse Action Force movie. Here's one of my Steel Core Troopers, Jungle Ops Trooper, a custom I did in 2023. Here's sort of the articulation we're going through. I'll put a link to this video in the comments below. There'll be plenty more customs on my channel in 2024. I've not had much time to do customs in 2024, but I've got a few coming up. But you can check out all the sort of videos of my customs that I did in 2023 on you know, in the comments below or on my channel. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to do more customs, like I say, in 2024. Thinking of a few other ideas at end of year videos, maybe in 2024. Maybe I could get you guys to give me your top list of top 10s on video form and send them in to me. But for now, just let me know in the comments. Let me know what your top 10 figures of 2023 were in the comments below. Have you got any did you pick up any that were surprises? Did you venture into any new lines? Did you kind of stop collecting anything in 2023? Because obviously it's been a bit of a hard year with rising costs of living. Let me know what your thoughts. Hey, but hopefully you're able to still keep collecting and kind of enjoy the hobby, and, you know, have a bit of an escapism from the everyday life and everyday grind. But yeah, this is my Jungle Ops Steel Core Trooper. The video link for the videos in the comments below. And for all things Marvel Legends, you can check out Dan Who Reviews on his weekly live stream with co-host Rick Gem. Check out Legends and Liquor. You can, of course, check out Turtles and Tea with Dan and Tanner. And you can, of course, check out Joe's and Juice with Dan, Mini Plastic Multiverse, and myself, talking all the latest G.I. Joe classified reveals. We did do a top 10 G.I. Joe classified of 2023. A lot of what I picked was on that list, so it wasn't too different. So again, if you want to see, you know, that was classified inspired though, but if you do want to see that video, again, I'll put a link for that in the comments below. And for all the latest action figure reviews in the UK, you can check out Jay's Toy Collection UK. Yeah, I'm sure he might be doing a few top 10 2023 videos, you know, on his channel, so feel free to check him out. You can, of course, check out AC Toy Design, Adam Chrome. Feel free to check out Miguel and the Wolfpack Toy Review. of course, with all his top 10 videos. He's done a top 10 of females of 2023, so you can of course check that out. I'll put a link to that video in the comments below. But yeah, he's a great YouTuber to follow and watch, and he does loads of sort of family stuff like Target toy hunts, things like that with his 2 boys. So yeah, check that out. You can of course check out Miguel, the 1/6 shooter. Feel free to check out Austin, the hero of collectors. You can of course check out Justin Collects. So he's a brand new YouTuber. So Justin Collects. Really nice guy, and he's got some new videos up. Feel free to check out Robo Don't Know. So of course that's Robo from the formerly from the Fwoosh. He's got a new channel. I spoke to him recently, asked if I could sort of add him to my shout outs, and he said yes. So check out Robo Don't Know. Put a link to that in the comments below. For action figure reviews in Ireland, you can check out Brian's action figure reviews. Feel free to check out Photo Dave and Toy Pics for all the latest toy photography, action figure tips and tricks. Yeah, and toy photography. For all of pop music, covers and official music, you can check out Elson Official Music YouTube channel. And for action figure chat and pop culture discussion, you can check out 3POA podcast. Feel free to check out Cypher Sigma for action figure pickups and film reviews. You can check out Z-Man 12 Bat for his YouTube channel, and you can check out the Infinity Equation for, again, action figure chat and pop culture discussion. You can check out Why So Serious Toys, again, for all the latest sort of action figure discussion. And feel free to check out Pixels and Plastic, Big Will Pixels and Plastic. So that's my top 10 action figures of 2023. As you can see, quite a highly G.I. Joe classified sort of list, but that's what I bought mainly in 2023. Hopefully in 2024 it'll be a bit more varied. Let me know yours in the comments below, and until next time, enjoy those flicks and figs.